What's good, y'all? Rich Sosa back in a building with another banger. Now, first things first, before we go ahead and get started today, I gotta say thank God for another day and another opportunity. Now, as y'all can see from the looks of the title and the screen, today I'm gonna be showing y'all my most broken center builds early game in NBA 2K24 that you're going to be able to find success with, and I'm going to be creating these builds on NBA 2K23. Now, the purpose of this video is just to give y'all an idea of what you should be looking to create going into NBA 2K24 starting out Season 1. Now, as you can see, I got 3 different center builds right here with all different abilities. The two-way interior finisher, the inside the arc glass cleaner with the glass cleaning finisher. Now, I'm telling y'all, this is going to be one of my favorite positions to get after, and probably one of the most unique that you can go into as well. So look, before we get any further into today's video, if it's your first time coming through, be sure to hit that sub button if you're new, smash that like button, turn on post notifications to be a part of the Rich family, and last but definitely not least, comment down TG for thank God and where you're tuning in from, and I most definitely will be sure to get back to y'all with the response. So let's go ahead and get into the breakdown of build number 1. I'm going to go after the two-way interior finisher. So of course, the first thing that we must do is put every one of these builds under the center position. Now, when it comes down to the body settings today, I'm going to go with a height of 7 feet, 216 when it comes down to our weight, with a 7'10 wingspan. Now, the body shape I like best today is going to be built, and you can also change this to your own liking and preference if you want to go ahead and try to add more to the weight to get burly. That's definitely another good option. Now, as you can see, starting out with the finishing, with this build we're going to be a true inside center. We get the standing big man contact dunks, the pro contact dunks, and then when it comes down to the shooting, you're still going to be able to shoot from deep as well as inside for the mid-range. Now, the free throw is perfect. It's going to allow us to take this build into any game mode. And then as far as for the playmaking, the ball handle I'm pretty happy with at least being a 60. The speed with ball, this is balanced, and then when it comes down to the pass accuracy, you're going to be a real threat on any game mode, but especially when it comes down to the rec or 5v5. Now, for the defensive end, I like the numbers when it comes down to the interior defense. Also for the block, and then the same thing when it comes down to my defensive rebound. Now, if you want to, you can make the adjustments to your own liking for all 3 of these builds, but I highly recommend that you follow along so that way you get an idea of what I'm going after when it comes down to all 3 of these archetypes. Now, when it comes down to the physicals, remember you do get a +4 when it comes down to your gym rat badge, so the speed is going to be in the 80s. When it comes down to the acceleration, you're going to be at least a 78. High 70s for the strength with at least an 84 vertical. And then when you add everything up together for the abilities on this build, we're going to be able to pretty much guard any position 1 through 5. As for the playmaking, you're going to be able to be really balanced out of this area. The shooting, you're still a threat. And then especially on the interior for the finishing, I think this is my favorite part about this build. Now, moving on to the takeovers, we get the playmaking and rim protecting. Also, on top of that, we get the sharp shooting and then the glass cleaning. So however you decide to go about the breakdown of the takeovers, remember you get a +10 when each of these are activated. So let's go ahead and get into the breakdown of the build name, and if you followed every single step of the way, we should be able to get these 3 comparisons: Joel Embiid, Anthony Davis, and Nicholas Claxton. And as y'all can see, we have created the two-way interior finisher, but you can even consider this to be a catfish build that's going to be able to do a little bit of everything. Now, on top of our takeover boost, you also get a +4 to 5 from the better we play throughout each game. The additional boost that you get from buying your own and running with a teammate that has on Hall of Fame floor general will give us at least another +4. Now, this build, I'm telling y'all, it's a complete package. You have the height on it, but especially for the finishing and the defensive end, the shooting is just another added ability to this build that's going to make it even better. Just something that I did want to share with y'all. Now, coming up at number 2, I'm going to get into the breakdown of the inside the arc glass cleaner. Now, this build is going to be 7 feet exactly as well, but the weight is going to be the biggest difference. So let's go ahead and get started, put it under the center position. As for the body settings, 7 feet exactly, weight of 256, with a 7'10" wingspan and the body shape of defined. Now as far as when it comes down to these attributes, you can already see just how different this build is compared to the first. Now as far as when it comes down to the physicals, there's going to be a lot of people who do make a center that do not care for speed or acceleration. So for those, I went ahead and upgraded the strength all the way up to a 90, 75 when it comes down to the vertical to get contact dunks with a 90, stamina or at least a 95. Now moving on to the defensive end, I think we're pretty overpowered. Whichever way you look at this, we got the 79 interior defense, also 84 defensive rebound, but then we get a 99 both for the offensive rebound and the block. Now this is going to allow us to unlock certain badges like Anchor and Rebound Chaser, Box Out Beast, Chase Down Artist. I'm telling y'all, you're all equipped with the best badges for the defensive end. You don't really need anything out of the playmaking for this one. And as far as when it comes down to the shooting, you're definitely going to be able to hit some mid-range shots with the 80 rating. And as you can see, you even get Agent 3, which is going to make a huge difference, especially with Garda. Now on top of this, for the finishing, we also get a pretty nice lineup for the post scoring. I like the close shot up to an 85, 86 for the driving dunk, 99 standing dunk, and that 90 post control really makes this a true inside post scorer. Now with these badges, some of the ones that I'm looking at is going to be the post scoring. For example, Dream Shake and Post Spin Technician. Drop Stepper I like with Back Down Punisher, but then also we get Fast Twitch and Rise Up. Now just something to throw out to y'all when you go ahead and create this build, if you're looking to be more of a dominant Shaq type build center, I think this is going to be the one for you. And as far as when it comes down to the takeovers, we get the post scoring, also get the glass cleaning, rim protecting, and these three, I'm telling y'all, are going to be perfect to be a true big man build. Now if you want to, you can definitely go ahead and change any of these to your own liking and playstyle. Let's go ahead and move forward to make sure that we made the build correctly. And if you followed along every single step of the way, we should be getting these three comparisons: Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Zubac, as well as Clint Capella. And as y'all can see, we have created one of the best inside the arc glass cleaner builds going into NBA 2K24. Now just something that I do need to remind y'all about is going to be the boost that we get that I mentioned earlier. So look, you get a plus 10 from 2 separate takeovers, the additional boost that you get from the Gym Rat badge. Now on top of that, if you buy your own boost, that's a plus 4 to 5. Same thing from playing well in each game, it'll give you an additional boost. And then if you take into consideration the boost that we actually do unlock from equipping gear, that's going to make the potential of this build a whole lot better. Now we're all set to go and move out from here, so let's go ahead and get into the breakdown of build number 3. So we got the two-way interior finisher out of the way, the inside the arc glass cleaner. Coming up finally, the 6'9" small ball center glass cleaning finisher. Now as you can see already, we do get the sharpshooting and playmaking takeover. Let's go ahead and check out what makes this build so special. So of course, go with the center position. Moving on to when it comes down to the body settings, I'm going to go with the height of 6'9" today, just to make more of a versatile center build. As for the weight, I'm going to go with 222 pounds. And then for the wingspan, I like this to 7'7". Now the body shape I like best today is going to be built. And now from here, we're all set to move forward to get into the breakdown of the build. So as far as when it comes down to the finishing end, we're going to be able to maintain elite contact dunks with this build. I like the standing dunk brought up to a 75. The finishing for the layup is going to make a huge difference at an 80. And we're also able to equip some pretty nice badges when it comes down to the finishing side of things. Now for the shooting, this is really based to your own liking and how skillful you can be. So I'm going to go with the 71 mid-range shot, 76 three-pointer, 51 for the free throw for a total of 15 shooting badges. Now look, you're still going to be able to get limitless range. Even when it comes down to Agent 3, the rest of the badges for Tier 1, I think we're all set to be in a good position. Now for the playmaking, I'm really focused on the pass accuracy. We get a 69, but with boost this will be in the 70s. 77 ball handle, and then for the speed with ball, I'm not too worried about this area. But to wrap it up on the defensive end, I'm liking the interior defense and perimeter. The steal is well balanced when you compare the previous two stats. But for the block, I'm going to go with the 99, 76 offensive rebound, and a 99 defensive. Now the defensive area is super overpowered, especially when you pair it up with the finishing. Now look, with these 28 badges, some of the special ones that you can get is going to be Anchor, Public Stick, and Rebound Chaser. Same thing with Box Out Beast and Chase Down Artist. And if you want to, you can go ahead and change any selection to your own liking. Now as far as for the physicals, we'll get a +4 put towards this area. And then as far as when it comes down to this build as a whole, once you add up all of the boosts, I'm telling y'all, you have a lot of potential to look forward to. Now for the takeovers, we get the sharpshooting, playmaking, rim protecting, and then finally the glass cleaning. So what I think best for this build is definitely going to be these two takeovers. If you want to be a little bit more unique, you can go ahead and even pick the glass cleaning or the rim protecting takeover. Now let's go ahead and move forward to make sure that everybody made this build correct together. And if you did follow along every single step of the way, we should be able to get these three comparisons. And as y'all can see, together, we have created one of the best small ball glass cleaning finishers in NBA 2K23 going into NBA 2K24. Now let me know down below your thoughts and opinion on all three of these builds. Did you create anything how I brought it to y'all? Now what are you looking to make going into NBA 2K24 for your dream build? Now I just want to say thank y'all for the support, and for everybody who did make it to the very end, if it was your first time coming through, be sure to hit that sub button if you're new, smash that like button, turn on post notifications to be a part of the rich family, and last but definitely not least, comment down TG for thank God and where you're tuning in from, and I most definitely will be sure to get back to y'all with a response. And with all that being said though, I got one last thing to say. Rich out.